remember those lazy Sunday afternoons when the whole family would pile into the old station wagon, the engine humming like a promise of adventure, and the open road stretched out like an invitation to rediscover the world? If you're nodding along, thinking back to simpler times when life moved at the pace of a summer breeze, then buckle up. Because today we're embarking on a heartfelt journey down memory lane, exploring the golden era of Sunday drives and family road trips that shaped a generation and left an indelible mark on our hearts. Picture this. It's the post-war years, the 1950s and 60s, a time when America was buzzing with optimism and renewal. The war was behind us, the economy was booming, and families like yours and mine were eager to hit the highway, leaving behind the worries of the work week. No smartphones, no GPS, just a crumpled map tucked into the glove compartment, a thermos of steaming coffee for Mom and Dad, and a cooler packed with peanut butter sandwiches, deviled eggs, and ice-cold soda pop in the back. The station wagon was the undisputed king of the road. Those wood-paneled beauties like the Ford Country Squire or the Chevy Nomad with their spacious interiors filled with the laughter of kids, the panting of a family dog, and all the dreams you could carry into the horizon. It all began with that cherished Sunday ritual. Church in the morning, perhaps followed by a big family breakfast with pancakes dripping in maple syrup, the clatter of dishes mingling with the chatter of plans. Then came the magic words, "Let's go for a drive." The kids would scramble to claim their seats. No seatbelts required back then, just the freedom to bounce around, stick your head out the window, and feel the warm wind whip through your hair. Dad took the wheel with a confident grin. Mom navigated with the map spread across her lap, her finger tracing routes while the radio crackled to life with the hits of the day. Elvis Presley crooning "Hound Dog," or the Beach Boys harmonizing about fun, fun, fun as the miles rolled by, turning the car into a rolling concert hall. What made these drives so special? It wasn't just about reaching a destination. It was about the journey itself, a celebration of the open road and the unexpected joys it brought. You'd cruise through rolling countryside, past fields of golden corn swaying in the breeze, or along coastal highways where the ocean sparkled like a million diamonds under the midday sun. Every curve revealed a new surprise, a hidden lake perfect for skipping stones, a roadside stand selling fresh-picked apples and warm cider, or an old barn painted with fading advertisements for Coca-Cola. Remember those quirky roadside attractions? The world's largest ball of twine in Kansas, or a dinosaur park in South Dakota with concrete beasts towering over the landscape, their painted scales chipped but still majestic. They weren't fancy, but they sparked imagination, turning a simple drive into a treasure hunt of stories you'd recount around the dinner table for years. And oh, the family dynamics on those trips. Siblings squabbling over who got the window seat, only to make up when Dad pulled over at a Dairy Queen for ice cream cones that melted faster than you could lick them, chocolate dripping onto your fingers as laughter filled the air. Mom would point out landmarks, her voice soft but steady, sharing bits of history or her own childhood tales. "See that old red barn? That's where your grandparents met at a square dance under the stars." These moments wove the fabric of family bonds stronger than any thread, teaching patience, humor, and the art of making memories from the mundane. As the sun climbed higher, the adventure deepened. You might venture onto the iconic Route 66, the Mother Road herself, stretching from Chicago to Santa Monica, a ribbon of asphalt that felt like America's beating heart. Neon signs flickered to life as dusk approached, advertising motels with promises of swimming pools and color TVs, a real luxury back then. You'd check into a place like the Blue Swallow Motel in Tucumcari, New Mexico, where the rooms were clean, the beds firm, and the owner greeted you with a warm smile, knowing your name by morning. Dinner at a local diner meant meatloaf and mashed potatoes with gravy, or maybe a chili dog piled high with onions, washed down with a root beer float that left a moustache of foam on your upper lip. Simple pleasures that tasted like heaven, served with a side of conversation from fellow travelers. Nights on the road had their own enchanting magic. Lying in a motel bed, listening to the hum of trucks passing by, or the chirping of crickets through an open window, or camping under a canopy of stars in a national park like Yellowstone or Yosemite. Roasting marshmallows over a crackling campfire, the sweet scent mingling with pine, telling ghost stories that made the kids huddle closer and waking to the aroma of fresh coffee brewing on a portable stove. These nights taught us about the vastness of our country, from the majestic Grand Canyon, where the colors shifted with the light like a living painting, to the serene Great Lakes, where you'd skip rocks and dream big dreams under a sky full of stars. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Remember the flat tires on dusty backroads, Dad grumbling as he jacked up the car while Mom handed out snacks, grapes or crackers, to keep everyone calm? Or getting lost in a small town, the map upside down, only to discover a hidden gem, like a mom-and-pop bakery with the best cherry pies you'd ever tasted, the crust flaky and the filling warm. These mishaps became the best parts of the story, the ones you'd laugh about at family reunions decades later, building resilience, patience, and a sense of togetherness that today's hurried world often overlooks. Think about the cars themselves. Those chrome-laden wonders with tail fins and bench seats where the whole family could slide close. No air conditioning, so windows down, letting in the scents of fresh-cut hay, ocean salt, or the faint tang of gasoline from a nearby pump. The dashboard lit up like a cockpit, with gauges that Dad monitored like a captain at sea, his pride evident in every polished fender. And the games to pass the time, I Spy with My Little Eye, license plate bingo, or singing along to 99 bottles of beer on the wall until everyone dissolved into giggles, the harmony imperfect but joyful. These weren't just distractions, they were the glue that held the family close during long stretches of highway. As we cruised into the 1960s, road trips evolved with the times. Muscle cars like the Ford Mustang or the Pontiac GTO joined the fleet, adding a thrill of speed and style that made the younger siblings cheer. Families headed to new destinations, Disneyland opening its gates in 1955, drawing crowds from across the nation with its promise of magic, or the Space Needle in Seattle for the World's Fair in '62, symbolizing America's forward gaze. Yet, amidst the progress, the core remained the same, quality time away from the daily grind, reconnecting with loved ones. And the land, a ritual that felt both timeless and uniquely ours. These drives fostered a love for exploration that shaped who we are. Kids who grew up on those back seats became the adventurers of tomorrow, whether hiking the trails of the Smoky Mountains or simply appreciating a sunset drive with a grandchild in tow. They reminded us that happiness isn't in the destination, but in the shared moments along the way, the unexpected detours, the heartfelt conversations, the quiet awe of a starry night, the taste of a roadside burger savored in silence. Even now, as the years have passed, those memories linger like the echo of a favorite song on the radio. The station wagons may rest in museums, Route 66 partially faded beneath modern interstates, but the spirit endures. Perhaps you've taken your grandkids on a similar outing, watching their eyes light up just as yours did, passing down the tradition like a cherished heirloom. The scent of pine, the hum of the engine, the taste of that first bite of pie, they all carry us back to a time when life felt infinite. So if this trip down memory lane has stirred something in your heart, why not relive it? Grab your keys, call up the family, and plan your own Sunday drive. Dust off that old map, pack a cooler, and let the road lead you to new memories. Share your favorite road trip story in the comments below. What song played on the radio? What landmark made you smile? Hit that like button if you remember those wood-paneled wagons, and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys. Let's keep the adventure alive, 1 mile at a time together.